Josh, we're just beating Porto 2-0 in the Champions League quarter-final. First leg, though, might I add. But I am buzzing with that. Come on.
No, it is absolutely brilliant, isn't it, mate? I was so nervous for it after the weekend, and I'm so relieved and so happy now. That was brilliant.
Right, so we did lose 5-2. We don't want to keep
No,
mentioning
don't
it.
talk about it.
We lost at the weekend. Everyone was very nervous. How are we going to respond to it? That's how we respond. We play a very good Porto team, and obviously this is our channel. We're going to talk about Chelsea. Do you want to give credit to Porto because they're without their two biggest goal threats, who are back for the second leg, and we'll sort of mention that. But Porto are a good side, and it certainly wasn't a comfortable 2-0, was it?
No, it wasn't. Porto did have their chances, didn't they? I mean, it was quite a cagey start, I felt, which was sort of to be expected after the weekend. Porto had some early half chances, perhaps a touch more than a half chance, but certainly enough to sort of keep us honest and keep us sort of focused. And then obviously we got the breakthrough, didn't we? I don't want to waste any more time. I want to talk about the goal because what a pass from Jorginho and what a turn from Mason Mount, and then to follow it up with that finish. Honestly, I lost my head, mate, when that happened. It's one of the best things I've seen. I was so relieved to see it go in.
Yeah, they just showed a stat. He's the top scorer since Tuchel took charge. 5 goals now so far. And he is just, what a goal, like you say. The intelligence just to turn, sort of pivot there. And next thing you know, he's in the box and the finish. You can actually see, he's alluded to it, he is working on that side of the game. And it's actually paying off, isn't it? Because that looks like someone who's quite confident in front of goal.
No, definitely. I mean, it's what we've been calling for, hasn't it? Since we started this channel, he's obviously been brilliant this season. And we have sort of talked about a couple of times that perhaps the one thing he needs to add to his game is more goals, being more clinical in the final third. And he's doing it, goal on the weekend, goal today. But as you said yourself then, it was how he got that goal today. I mean, showing the sort of maturity and skill of a player beyond his years. It was a fantastic turn. It really was. I've run out of words for it. Honestly, if we'd have got on camera my reaction to that goal, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, same here. Mrs. isn't here. She's at work. So it felt weird running around celebrating by myself, but it is what happened. Great goal.
Yeah, I got told to calm down.
You've got to say, though, the Porto chances, we've got to acknowledge them. It was weird. It wasn't a shot, but from a corner, Mendy had to react for a corner that was going in. And there was one chance, one-on-one. He made a really good save. I can't remember who took the shot. They definitely had opportunities. And we had to defend quite well. I know we had more of the ball, but I thought when they had it, they looked fairly dangerous. But we saw more of the Chelsea that we sort of have seen under Tuchel, where we looked strong defensively. Want to give a couple of shout outs before we get onto the second goal, which for me puts us 1 foot in the semi-final. But Reece James tonight, he's a powerhouse, isn't he? He was up for it.
No, he is. There was obviously, we knew the system that he would obviously play. That's what we've sort of come to expect. And I did do an Instagram post about potentially putting Hudson-Odoi back in. So I did wonder if we'd potentially see him at right wing back. But no, Reece James came in, did a great job. I mean, he really did. I mean, with the Euros coming round now, he's really got a reason to fight, hasn't he? It was just a brilliant performance from him. He looked so assured in everything that he did tonight. And I was filled with everybody, but really chuffed for him to put in a big performance.
He just bodies players. Like, there was one where their player went down in the box sort of moaning. If he puts his body across you, you're not getting there. And there's going to be all these talk about England, all of the discussion, all the right backs. For me, I'm just enjoying him in a Chelsea shirt right now. And the thing is, there are parts of his game he can improve, and his potential is massive, isn't it? Like, he was brilliant tonight.
That's the thing. You were talking about things he can improve on. And I've had this debate, the whole Trent versus Reece James at work. But you've got to look at how young he is. And, he's getting better at, going forward. He's brilliant at crossing the ball. But he's also so good defensively. And like you said, if he comes across you, it doesn't really matter who you are. You're getting out of the way and you're giving Reece James the ball, aren't you? So it's exciting to see. I'm really excited about this young sort of core of players that we're getting, and they seem to be coming on leaps and bounds under Tuchel, which is just brilliant to see.
Yeah, I think he'll get better season by season. Positionally will improve. Another player, again, one of the standouts in midfield, Kovacic. We'll say very briefly, Jorginho played well after an absolute horror show in the against who at the weekend, but he played well. But Kovacic, how good is he on the ball? Like, just because he's a midfielder, I think sort of universal, well, across the Premier League anyway, isn't respected or held in regard as one of the best midfielders because, maybe he doesn't add goals. He's not a traditional CDM, but he has got to be one of the best ball players in the Prem, hasn't he?
No, he definitely has. And you're right, he's not really respected. To be honest, personally, I'm probably guilty of that up until this season. I've some games he's looked really good, other games I think he's sort of been found a bit wanting. But this season, he's just stepped up to the plate for me, and he's really made that sort of position his own. He was good under Frank, then he's under Tuchel now with this new system. I don't know, like you said, on the ball, it just really brings out the best in him. We've talked at length about, Jorginho or Kante next to him, or giving even a Billy Gilmore shout. But what I've noticed is you really are talking about it's Kovacic and. Whereas I think that's the big difference this season. Before it would have probably been Kante and. Do you understand what I'm trying to sort of get at? He's really come on and he's brilliant again tonight. But the good thing is it's sort of what we expect now. So again, mate, I don't even know what to say. I'm just so happy with the performance.
Yeah, he was class. So we had the odd slice of luck, but I thought we defended really well. 1-0, maybe would have been about right. I think we'd have been happy with that. But we got the second goal, and Ben Chilwell, he was another. I was going to mention him regardless, of the goal. But he gets the goal, 85th minute, and he took the gamble. He pressed high from wing backs, and they worked hard all game. James on one flank, Chilwell the other. He gambled. He looked for the mistake, and it was a poor touch from the Porto player. Chilwell comes in, free touch of the ball, first one out of his feet. We know how quick he is, and at this point, you think he's going to shoot. Even Mount in the interview said he would. Second touch. This is our left back, round the keeper. Brilliant composure. Third one on his weaker right foot, just a little simple tap in. What a goal!
Brilliant. Again, the composure, like you said, for that to be coming from a left back. And, there's been plenty of talk about how going forward in this system, perhaps Alonso's the man, not Ben Chilwell. And if it's just a traditional left back, then that's Ben. But, we've sort of challenged him on this channel to develop his game going forwards. And he's done that. If you look at recent games, he's contributing with assists, did for England as well. Goal tonight, and the composure in that goal, as you just said, it was brilliant. It wasn't a left back, was it? Even as a striker, you'd been proud of that goal. So just absolutely, couldn't applaud the guy anymore. Brilliant.
It's really good, and he's one of those signings that sort of come under the microscope. We paid a lot of money for him, and I think the fact he's English, obviously, the tag was inflated there. But yeah, really happy for him. Hopefully, he can keep going. He's one of those players. His first season, I think he'll get better. Again, not finished article, but really happy for him. Just trying to think of. We mentioned Mendy played well. Yeah, just a couple of not negative. This is probably my favourite result of the season so far. Just the way we grinded out. He took Havertz and Werner off just after the hour. It didn't quite work for me with those two. Werner again a bit off it. It wasn't really there, was it, for those two?
No, well, Werner had that chance, didn't he, sort of early on in the second half, the header. I don't know if you remember it.
Yeah.
And he did just put it over the bar. And we mentioned it on the weekend. I know it's sort of getting mentioned in the wider press, and we really have always had his back. But I am starting to get a little bit impatient now. I want to start seeing these chances go in. And I know that wasn't the easiest of chances, but, we thought we'd signed an absolute top-class player. Top-class players bury those. So, and then with Havertz again, I did an Instagram post earlier, and there was a lot of love for giving Havertz the chance tonight. And again, it just didn't really happen. But I think we've just got to sort of don't get bogged down in that. I think we've got to look at the result. And like you say, you'd like to say now that's 1 foot in the semi-finals, wouldn't you? So
Yeah.
just fantastic. It was great as well. I was really thrilled with the clean sheet after the weekend. I thought Mendy had a good game.
Yeah.
And after the weekend, I was thrilled to get a clean sheet. I really was.
Definitely. I say Pulisic came off the bench. He nearly scored, hit the crossbar. People shouting for Tammy as well to get a game. We've got options, I think, and it says a lot when Kante, back from injury, came on for a late cameo. Thiago Silva came on. We've got a strong squad there. So we'll wrap up the video in a second. Where do you see this ties at? Because, yeah, we're winning 2-0 and we've got 2 away goals, but it's intriguing because the game's being played next week on Tuesday, I believe, at the same venue. It's just this time we're at home and away. And you've got to bear in mind, Porto have got their 2 biggest goal threats back. Nabbed this stat off BT, but 40% of their goals this season from these 2 players. And it's not like Porto didn't have chances tonight. So confident, but it's not over, would you say?
Yeah, no, I'd agree. I think the first 20, 25 minutes of the second leg are crucial. We can't concede an early goal. And I think sort of if we get through that, I think then not desperation, but obviously there'll be a bit more of a sense of urgency from Porto, which then hopefully, I want just pace in the second leg because we know it's going to be a bit cagey. So if we've got pace, we can just hit them on the counter-attack. So that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, it could be one for Pulisic maybe to start. He's starting to
Hudson-Odoi as well.
Yeah, Hudson-Odoi didn't play tonight. Yeah, like I can see us scoring, and I think that will be enough. So get that goal, and yeah, absolutely buzzing next Tuesday. And we'll just mention as well because it affects us. Real Madrid last night beat Liverpool 3-1. So dare I say, Hazard Chelsea in the semi-final. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but
I was
yeah,
going to say, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves from a Chelsea point of view, but also you just never know. I mean, I know Liverpool haven't been very good at Anfield this calendar year, but you just never know, do you? A European night at Anfield, you never know what'll happen. So let's just see how it unfolds.
yeah. All right. We'll wrap up the video there. Absolutely buzzing. If you enjoy, please like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram. As you say, Josh, you're loving it on that at the minute, aren't you? It's the_.
It's good, mate.
Debate. Follow us on Twitter as well at Chelsea_debate. Love making these videos, and yeah, drop your comments in below. So yeah, cheers, boys. Thank you.